and girls, welcome to the Drizzy and Morgan show. Come on, I go by the name of Morgan Heights. My co-host couldn't make it today, so first and foremost, I want to say thoughts and prayers to Drizzy Freckles. We love you. I don't want to tell you why he's not here because that's not my business. So I'm guessing when he comes back to the show, he'll definitely tell you why or not. You know what he's like, it's private as fuck, but you know the vibes. Shout out to Drizzy Freckles. Love to you and the family. This is episode 106. So you're home away from home. So I want you to have a bill of tampi, make a cup of tea, get your snacks, get your beverages, sit back and relax. We've got a fun-packed show for you today. Big up my boy, Jojo Montana the Great, cameraman extraordinaire, a.k.a. King Kunta, a.k.a. King Jaffy Joe the Second.
The second?
Yeah. You know what I mean? The father, your father's first, isn't it? You know the West End? Yeah, man, that's it, man.
Big up Pops.
Big up Pops, man. We have a special guest filling in. Pause. And he's a co-host today. I want to introduce this gentleman. He's making his debut here. He is a prominent figure in the sports media world. He hosts the show, the Sanderson show. Am I correct with that?
Correct, yeah.
He's 1/3 of Team Kopish with Matt and Drifty. Salute to the man them. Focusing on football, especially the team that's currently won the league officially, Liverpool FC.
Champions, baby.
Champions, baby.
Champions.
Hey, I'm a big supporter of the show. I've been a supporter from day one. We're going to talk.
Yeah.
But I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dons and donettes everywhere, round of applause to Callum Sanderson, people. Oh, go on.
Thank you, my bro.
Oh, go on, man.
It's a pleasure, man.
Man.
Appreciate you.
Good to finally meet.
Yeah, indeed, man.
Yeah, man.
Indeed.
Good.
You know what? Shout out to Keisha as well, who organised this.
Shout out to Keish.
I was bad.
Yeah.
my organisation took a bit of a hit. So big up Keisha as well.
Yeah, big up Keish. Yeah, she's like that.
Nah, she's brilliant.
She wanted to be here today as well, but she's got some stuff that she's currently dealing with. But shout out to Keish, boss lady Keish. Body. Can 100 men beat up a gorilla?
I can't see it happening.
Is it?
No, shall I tell you what it is?
Yeah.
It all sounds good. If the men are robots in terms of robot thinking,
yep,
maybe you have a chance.
Yep.
Again, we've all been in and around London. Unfortunately, we've seen our fair share of things that we've seen situations.
Facts.
And obviously you don't want to like put light on that.
Yeah.
It never goes how it does in the movies, does it? I don't think people realise the size of a gorilla. Me and my missus were lucky enough to go to Hawaii for our honeymoon.
Oh, dope.
Went to a zoo out there.
Yeah.
The gorilla was about 6 feet away from me, obviously behind.
Yeah.
It stood up and looked at me.
Yeah, it said what?
A shiver went through my body and I knew I was safe. I knew I didn't have to go any further. I didn't have to engage with it.
Yeah.
The hands on this thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about hands like this.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hold a basketball like it.
yeah, but I hear you.
Hold a basketball like that.
Yeah. Bro, hold your head top like this.
Squeeze
it. Bro, the thing about it is, you see where I live now, right?
Yeah.
One day I was driving home and I got to my road and there was just a flock of, is that what you call them? Dares, a flock. Do you call them a flock?
I had no idea.
A bag of dares were just walking down the road, and one of them, the dad, the main one with all the what do you call them? The antlers was just bopping, bro, and my heart was like this.
Yeah.
Because I got just a little way away from it, and it turned around. I said, "Raw, animals have a different presence about them.
Aura about them.
There's a different. It's like it's not like
they're a docile as well. They're not going to start trouble with you.
No, don't try and rush them. And they're utes.
But look at the size of a deer. Now imagine gorillas would destroy a deer
with
ease.
Bro.
Easy, it wouldn't even be close.
They weigh a lot. They're just hench from day. it's like they don't go gym. They're just they're born hench.
Born like that.
So they're gonna tear. Like I was thinking about it, and I was like, all right, cool. Even if 100 men rushed it, you're gonna get flung around. You're gonna get kicked. You're gonna get bitten. You might be one of the someone's on the floor. Bones getting bro. It's peak.
It's bad.
I think though, if there's gonna be anybody that's gonna be if I had that scenario, I put certain man in front.
Yeah, you're 100%.
Front line, George Zimmerman, Philip Schofield, Kanye West. I put a few dons. You lot go first.
What a sacrifice.
Yeah. You lot get.
We'll see what it's really about.
Yeah, and then I'll just all right, cool. You know what, lads? Missus has called me. You know,
because that's the thing. We gotta think about all the. Is it an enclosed? If it's an enclosed space, it's long as well.
It's long
because you're not running. Because where are you running to?
It's and the animal itself has the animal instinct. I'm talking about a wild don. Yeah, they just want to, bruv.
All right, there's 3 of us in here now.
Yeah.
If a pit bull runs in here now, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
I'm out. I'll run through the wall.
We're
I'm trying to find an exit opposite it.
You know, if a gorilla sees a pit bull, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's smashing a pit bull to pieces.
Did you see White Yardie? He put a reel up and he was talking about this actual subject, and then he showed a video where one ute was just getting pulled by a gorilla, and the gorilla was just calm
by the legs.
Yeah, bruv, normal.
Just to prove a point.
Okay, what if it was just to play the other side?
My God.
What if it was 100 crackheads?
Who's saying got a mad jaw just walking around like this? They might have a chance just through endurance alone.
Yeah. Staying power alone.
They might have a chance.
It might be possible.
They might have a chance because they're not going to feel the pain. They're not going to feel the pain.
That's crazy, bro.
Because 100 men is a lot of people.
That's a lot of dons.
To us, it is though. To us, it is. Remember, I can't pick you up and just throw you.
Yeah.
A gorilla can literally pick you up and launch you 10, 15 feet, man.
Yeah, 100%. Like, imagine, let's use another analogy. You against 100 6-year-olds. They're all getting the youths are getting punched up, bruv. All of them, bruv. 6-year-olds. Yeah, bro. It's not.
6-year-olds, when they bite, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. But bruv, you just.
It's light work.
It's light.
Yeah.
It's like
some of them 6-year-olds are quite big.
No, it's real. My little one's almost 6. Some of them in his class, but they walk out of class, they look at me eye to eye, bro. I'm like, what? Were you the teacher? But 6-year-olds, that's like you'd be tired by the end of it, obviously. But
you'd be fatigued. You'd be fatigued. Yeah, man. I boxed all of them one time, but
100.
I boxed 100 with one hand.
Because remember, at least 20 of the kids are going to see you hit the first one and go,
I don't 100%.
I don't want that.
Right, just because you haven't got children, that's why you're a bit skeptical.
Right. What about...
Even my 10-year-old son, he don't want it with me just standing there at the door. If I raise my voice, it's peak.
I used to see my brother get beat. I'm out the room.
Yeah. You know, like that, bro.
What am I sticking around?
Yeah, bro. You know that was there.
I'll speak to you when you get to the bedroom. Like, you did something. I'm not involved in this. Like, hold yours, innit? Hold yours. You did what you did.
Facts.
I think the motivation is what will probably have the biggest factor, I think.
Yeah. All right, elaborate.
Like, if it was like, if you put 100 men that were in prison, if they beat the gorilla, their sentences were wiped.
That's a point.
That's a good shout.
Cut about 50 Croydon, man. That they ain't afraid to go back.
The only thing is, though,
I ain't afraid to go back.
They're gonna stick together, though. There's gonna be in-house squabbles, and then
it's true.
They'll start off in unison. One will get hit.
Yeah, bro. What happened?
Around and watch your back. And then this next thing is
someone's trainers get stepped on.
Don't step on my Air Forces, bro. What did you expect? Like, it's gonna be. They won't stick together.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't be functional.
You'd have to get it'd have to be about 100 of the top fighters in the world.
Facts.
And even then, 100
of the top. Yeah. Do you know what it is? It's just the strength of a gorilla, bro. Like they don't. It's like we can hypothesize and about what and a gorilla can do. But until you see it in action and you see it grippy, look, think about how chimpanzees, have you seen chimpanzees just bite people's faces? Bruv, that's just a little...
That's little in comparison to
Silverback
as well.
Silverback Don. Yeah, Silverback Donny. It's over. Yeah, forget it. Yeah. Those who think that you can do it, good, try it.
Yeah.
Be my guest.
You know what scares me is that someone is like, you're going to try it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a very
It's going to be a Caucasian.
Yeah, it's going to be a very short video.
Yeah.
Very short video. Very short video.
Yo, shout out to my people. Yeah, man. Tell me what you think in the comments.
It's the Drizzy and Morgan show.
Let's get to it, man. Callum, we won the league, bro.
Won the league.
Our 20th title.
Easy work.
Come on.
Easy work.
Light.
Easy work.
We're currently, as we speak, how much points clear now?
I don't know, because Arsenal lost again,
Bro, them man...
I think it's 15.
Yeah, 50. They're going out bad, man.
Them man there.
They're going out real bad. It's sad. It's not really, but it's sad.
I'm going to be celebrating all summer.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy this time. I'm already got the parade patterned. I'm going to drive up there, 26th of May. And stay the night. I'm taking my little one with me because he's never really seen. Again, when we won it the last time, we couldn't celebrate. It was in the yard, and I wanted him to see the people. You get me? So we're gonna definitely do that. I want to ask you about how you feel about the way that the narrative had been pushed with by rivals that the league was dead and that's why we won it.
It's a way of for them to cope. That's the only way I can put it. I remember Chelsea running away with the league in 04-05. They ran away with it in Mourinho's second stint as well when Hazard was playing well with Pedro. And no one said any of this.
Nope.
Because it's Liverpool, because Arsenal are meant to be the winners.
Yes.
Everyone's now coming out the woodwork. Well, if we bought a striker, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You didn't buy a striker, though.
You didn't.
So if we bought another winger, we might have been even further ahead. No one did what they did. We did what we did, and no one can deal with it.
No.
We beat everyone fair and square.
Yep.
We've done it the right way.
We didn't buy anyone.
We bought Chiesa. I don't know what he's done to Slot.
Bro, he's played, 2 games? I've seen him come.
Chiesa.
He came on for the Newcastle final, and I remember him playing in another game in the league, but I haven't seen much of him. I think he played the Champions League game as well, in the later stages. That's right. And he looked.
I reckon he's done something to Slot in the past life.
Really?
He must have.
Beat his girl or something.
Yeah.
Tried to yap his...
Or knocked Holland out without us even knowing. I'm sorry, man. Slot's gone, buy him and I'm going to wreck his career.
That's crazy.
Because it don't make sense. When you realise we've been short, Salah's been running to the ground.
Yeah.
And he still can't get game time.
Still. And he looks happy still.
5 went up against Spurs, bro.
I remember.
And he brought an Endo. He brought on a defensive midfielder.
That's right.
Instead of another attacker. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
But then saying that, we still did it in fine form.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my perspective on it at the beginning of the season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a group chat with, shout out to the Copology man them. I'm in a group chat 40 Dons.
Yeah.
And I said at the beginning of the season, guys, it's a new manager. Lower your expectations. Yeah. I'm not gonna get gas. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I even knew who he was. I didn't Slot. Okay, cool. He came from final. And I was like, okay, cool, let's see what happens. But all I've known for the last 9 years is trophies and Klopp.
Yeah, good.
And so I was like, And then obviously the narrative was going around that when Alex Ferguson left, when Wenger left, the whole thing went down. So I really didn't expect this. Yeah. I really didn't. I had us still like top 4 and a cup. Do you know what I mean? But winning it at a canter.
It made it look easy as well. So here's the thing that really... This is where I think rival fans don't look at the nuances and the context around it, right? This is why I don't think they look into the nuances and context. So the first thing, as you said, was the whole Arsene Wenger and Alex Ferguson situation.
Yep.
If you look at how both of them left the state of the squad,
facts.
It was night and day to how we left the squad, or should I say Klopp left the squad.
Yeah.
Not just that. Our squad wasn't aging. We had just rebuilt the midfield.
Yeah.
We'd finished third.
Yeah.
We'd finished third because, let's be honest, we burnt out. We couldn't sustain in the race. I didn't think we'd win the league simply because we only added Chiesa. But the whole narrative of us dropping out the top 4, I never understood.
I didn't understand that.
I predicted Arsenal to win it based on the fact they did more business, and Man City, I couldn't see them sustaining either.
Yeah.
And I had us finishing third. as soon as Rodri got the injury, I said, right, it'll be us finishing second now.
Right.
And then when I saw how we kicked on, I was like, I can't see us losing this. So I called it December.
Yeah, I remember.
When we beat West Ham.
I remember.
was like, we can't lose from here.
Yeah, we can't.
And it sounded arrogant at the time. I was like, it don't make sense how we'd lose because they would have to be perfect and we'd have to have such a catastrophic forward.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So
yeah.
pretty much from the beginning of the season, Slot has managed the team well. We're not as, I say, frantic as we were under Klopp.
No.
Way more control.
100%.
Way more.
And we play through midfield a lot more.
Exactly. So we're not reliant on the wingers now. Trent still does his madness.
Yeah.
Where he'll pick out a ball for 70 yards.
100%.
But now, if we're 1-0 up, I don't sit there and panic.
No.
Whereas under Klopp, I was sitting there. Thinking,
Yeah. We have to outscore the team. Yeah.
Now, 1-0, 2-0, we're good.
He's really just seamlessly come to the club and just chilled. It's like he ain't even not made a fuss. He's not tried to boss up on everybody. Oh, this is me. I'm coming now. This is my way now. He's just come there, chilled. Okay, cool. All right. I feel like this needs to change, or I feel like we need to be a little bit more defensive. I feel like we need to manage our games a little bit more. And especially the first half of the season, bro. I was sitting there watching games like, job done, man. Like 1-0. 1-0.
Well, it's funny you say all of this. I was listening to the Athletic podcast on the way up and I was thinking about it. So he's come in and he sat down with Salah and was like, look, what's the situation? Salah was like, look, I can't do as much defending.
Of course.
Now, most managers would be like, I'm boss here.
That's your business.
Defending.
Yep.
He humbled, and again, this is a big thing for a manager. He humbled himself, listened to a player and said, all right, you got less defensive responsibility.
Yeah.
You've made sure you deliver attacking wise. Salah done this season, delivered and then some. So his decision to do that has been justified.
100%.
Having a conversation and being more collaborative.
Managing
the situation. Because I think when people think of the word manager, they think, treat everyone the same.
Yeah.
Treating everyone equally and treating everyone the same.
It's different.
Two different things.
100%.
And I think that's what he does. Barring Chiesa.
Yeah.
I think he treats everyone equally, but doesn't treat everyone the same.
But then he's listened.
He's listening.
And this is the thing. I've done this before. I've gone to a job as a supervisor and a manager, and I did the same thing. I don't know what it was that made me actually think this way, but I was like, these guys are already here.
Yeah.
I don't want to come in and then they don't. The worst thing is to just start badding up man in the job.
You walk in a room and everyone goes quiet. Morgan's here. Morgan's here.
Yeah, you know, like that.
I'm going to take my lunch somewhere else.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to be happy anyway. But if you get them on side by going, listen, guys, listen. I'm new. You show me the ropes. You tell me what you guys think that needs to improve. What happened with the last manager? How can we improve? And I found when I did that in the job, everybody was cool. Everybody's like, like I fuck with this guy. He's calm.
People, I think on a human level, we just want to be listened to.
Facts.
And acknowledged. Even if you disagree with something we say, just listen to it and acknowledge.
100.
Don't just ignore it. Because once you ignore it, you're going to lose sight of what the main picture is, because you're going to think, well, we don't really care about my thoughts and opinions.
That's right.
I'm not going to put in 100% effort.
Would you say that Salah and Van Dijk stayed because the situation was maybe leaving was an option, but because of the Slot situation and how he kind of cemented everything down, it was like, all right, cool, we're going to stay because we can see that this is not just a fly-by-night manager. He's coming to do things and I want to win more trophies. Do you think that's what...
Yeah, definitely. I think that contributes. Again, another thing we don't think about as footballers, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Virgil and Salah both got young children.
That's right.
They're in school, they're settled.
Yeah.
Indoctrinated in the life. Yeah. To uproot them and leave is a big thing. So if they're happy at the club, they're comfortable, and they can see a vision where the manager sees them winning more trophies.
100%.
It makes this decision more easy.
It does.
So, but Trent obviously is a different situation. He doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
He may want another challenge.
100%.
So that's
the war chest. Are we good? How do you feel about it? Do you
how many years you heard this for? How many times did you ask your mum for McDonald's here next week?
Jiggy, body.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Is that all right? So, like, because I'm not necessarily like, I don't want to brand a certain branch of Liverpool fans, but, you know, like, I try to be realistic, and I want to say, what are your opinions on the front office at Liverpool, at the club? Because if I say what I want to say, you might not like it.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to hear what you got to say.
Personally, out of like I say, probably all the big clubs, I think we might have the worst front office in Europe.
Serious?
Yeah.
Why?
But this is, I would say maybe historically.
Yeah.
And I think there's different factors that affect it. But I think the reason I say that is because it's like, I feel like a lot of fans come from a place of the club can do no wrong. Mm-hmm. And that's let them get away with things I don't think we should allow them to get away with.
Yeah.
In terms of like how
I think my biggest issue is contracts as well.
Right. How that happens. Yeah.
Because I've seen it happen too many times, especially like younger players. Signing younger players to less than a 5-year contract, in my opinion, never makes sense because that means you only really have them for 2 years because they're not going to re-sign after 1 year. And, you know, after 2 years, that's when you need to get the ball rolling if you're going to sign them on less than that. So I just wanted to get your opinion on the front office.
Yeah, you're going to get me in trouble here. I somewhat agree a lot of what you say. I'm trying to think of a way I can articulate. You know what? We're here.
We're here.
I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, man.
You're right. A lot of fans do see it as the club can do no wrong. We're not the only ones, but because we microanalyze our own club, we see it more. So I'll have this debate with people and be like, look, the club, they're running things very well from a commercial standpoint, but from a footballing standpoint, I think there's too much of a reliance on the pitch to get things right. In a sense, the margin for error for Klopp and even Slot so far has been very minimal.
Yeah.
And for me, a little bit more help from the ownership, from those above, I think make their lives easier, which potentially garnishes more trophies. I'll say this and I'll just get pushed back and I'll be told you're not a real fan. And I'm like, yeah, you can say that, but my point still stands because you look at Klopp's regime, he won one of everything. There's no way a manager as great as Jurgen Klopp shouldn't have won more Premier League.
Facts.
Shouldn't have won another Champions League.
100%.
Now, the caveat to that is always, but it's Man City, it's Real Madrid.
Yeah.
We lost that to Man City by a point twice. You can't tell me one extra player in the summer or January wouldn't have galvanised.
Yeah.
When we signed Luis Diaz in the quad chasing season, that galvanised the squad. I don't think people remember how far behind we were.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Man City. We brought in Diaz. It galvanised the squad. One FA Cup, one Carabao. He was pivotal to both of those.
Yep.
Champions League and Prem, we missed out just. So you're right. The only thing I will say is, though, some of these fans become justified. Like, for example, this season, because we've won the league, history will forget that we only signed one player in the summer.
Yeah.
We as Liverpool fans will remember.
Yep.
Just like remember after Champions League, we signed Elliot, Sepp Vandenberg, and Adrian. But they're not going to remember that. And that's part of the issue. Even though we're in the glory right now, I need to see them do something proper in the summer.
Right.
If they don't, it's going to be a madness.
I would love to see the summer like when we bought Fabinho, Naby. You know, we just bought like 6 players. Shaqiri, bloody hell. We
Alisson.
Remember that?
That summer,
we went ham.
That summer, man.
That was a crazy summer.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that since.
We haven't. I don't know if we will.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's the Drizzy and Morgan show.
I want to talk quickly about this situation with Eni Aluko. Her versus Ian Wright.
Uncle Ian, man.
So she believes Ian Wright and other male pundits are blocking females in women's football. She says that there are a lack of women in the game, in the sport, as it is, and male pundits are coming and taking more opportunities than, and she feels like that space should be predominantly women. She recently apologized. Ian Wright didn't actually accept the apology, which I thought was real black man shit. Me not really feel like too tough. But what I gathered from that is because he said that he had conversations with her behind the scenes. And he helped her with certain issues that she had, and he felt like, wow, I did all of that for you to help your career, and you just threw me under the bus. Do you think that this situation makes it harder now for women?
I think it makes it hard for black women.
Right.
And I think that's the thing that's, for me, is a shame here. Because
Right.
Ian, from what I see, has gone above and beyond for the women.
Facts.
The Barclay stuff.
Yes.
Doing the adverts.
Yeah.
He's regularly at games.
He's really endorsing this
he's
thing.
in there.
Yeah.
And as you said, helped any behind the scenes. I know he's helped other people behind the scenes. So if you've got a gripe with the system, have a gripe with the system.
Facts.
Don't call out the person who's helping though. That's crazy, because then you're gonna make people look and go, well, if Ian's getting flack,
Yeah.
and I'm not doing half as much as Ian's doing,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna step back and not do as much.
100.
Not just that. Any coming out as a black woman and throwing a black man under the bus. And I don't like doing the race thing.
No.
But it don't look good.
And but the thing about it is, Callum, I was waiting for all of the pro-blacks to come out and go. But I'm saying, no, you can't do that this time.
No, you can't.
These are two black people.
Too black.
You get me?
Black, yeah.
So we can't use that. We can't use that argument.
Exactly.
The reason why I asked that question is because I feel like obviously there are males in that fraternity that are probably sexist.
Yeah, of course.
So her doing that is giving them more of ammunition to go, this is why.
Yeah, and they can use that now as an excuse to not get more women in the game. Look, and here's the thing, this is why I don't agree with what she did as well.
Yeah.
Look at someone like Alex Scott.
Facts.
Alex Scott's been on Match of the Day.
Yep.
She's been on Sky Sports in the past. She's like World Cup coverage.
Yep.
Alex Scott's, she's patterned her own lane.
Yeah.
So you can't even sit there and go, there's no room, there's no blueprint.
100%.
Alex she's laid the blueprint,
Plenty.
laid the foundation. So Eni was getting to that point. Remember when Joey Barton tried, everyone was backing her.
Facts.
Everyone was like, no,
Facts.
we've got Eni's back
Yeah.
here. This is scumbag Joey. We've got her back.
100%.
Then you go after Uncle Wright. He's the last person you go after.
Do you know what it is? You know
You're
what?
not even Arsenal fans, and Uncle, you can't say nothing bad.
Bruv,
about
you can't
Uncle
say
Wright.
nothing bad about Uncle.
No.
I have said bad things, but not
nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Like he wore something online, and I was like, bruv,
That was insane. I'm in my mind, it's part of a bigger plan. There's no way. There's no way wardrobe came out and they were like, "This is what you're wearing today." I like that.
Come on, man.
I like that. There's no way. So in my mind, Ian's gone. It's a bigger picture. He got paid because I can't live with the fact that he did that.
But you're right. In general, Ian Wright can't do no wrong, bro. He's a G. He's a legend, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes, there's some systemic situations going on within the fraternity. I get all of that, but why? Like, there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room, and what I enjoy about women's football, it's fun. Like, I like the way that I like the camaraderie. I want to see pundits who are female talking, and because there's more like. It's like when we have a podcast and I have female guests, or I have or when shout out to Gamza's here and she's different perspectives. You need it.
Have to.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. And aesthetically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a couple of chung things on.
You said it, not me.
Question, has this made her unlikable?
Yeah, she's going to have to rebuild herself from here, and I don't know if the public are going to give her the space to do that.
She just shot herself in the foot, innit?
Massively.
Like, I just...
Massive. To me, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it.
Because, as Ian said, you could have just picked up the phone and called him.
Yeah.
And again, you might have an issue with the system. Call out the system. Call out the people who have done you wrong. Don't call out the person who's been...
my guy.
Helping everyone.
Our guy. Yeah, it's crazy.
No sense.
So I get it, man. Like, I wish her all the best. Obviously, if she can turn this around, maybe this is lessons. This is lesson learned.
Turn it around.
Yeah, but it's peak, innit? Like,
it
is very peak.
Because remember, all right, say for example, you help me with something. Joey sees us and he sees you help me, and then I go behind your back and start chatting bad about you. Next time I see, I might get punched up.
Yeah. No, facts.
I was gonna see me and go, but I was here when Morgan helped you, and then you're chatting about him, but like, Ian's got a lot of people in the industry who like really ride.
Bro, I've seen a lot of coverage of it, and everybody's like, Ian Wright is the guy.
Yeah.
Like, do you see what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, you know what it's like when you're talking on any specific subject, but especially with football, you have to know stuff as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And he's taking his time out to learn the women's game, to understand the players.
Goes to game.
He really, really supports the team. So how, like, what made you? I think she may have had a brain fart or something. She might have just been on. She might have just did like, I don't know, maybe something happened and she just went on. You know what women are like, bro.
No, but even still, don't mention my name. Like, even if they had an argument that morning, still take a step back and go, okay, may have had an argument today. He may have said something I don't even like.
Yeah.
But all the other things he's done to help me with.
She ain't going through menopause yet, is she?
She can't be. Not, well,
No,
you never know.
how old is she?
She must be what? Early 40s?
Yeah, not yet.
Never know.
Shout out to my women going through menopause. We love you.
You never know.
Anyway, people, tell me what you think in the comments.
These two Donnies are bonkers.
The Supreme Court has ruled that the legal definition of a woman is based on biological sex. Now, because Callum's here, I want him to just take this subject. Take it away, my friend.
I'm just going to shoot straight with this.
Yeah.
If you want to do what you want to do in life, do you.
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge you, live how you want to live.
Yeah.
But when it crosses over into sports and other aspects, even the schooling system, which we'll probably have to deal with at some point.
I'm lucky because my son goes to a religious school.
But even still,
they
still might have to.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's a government thing.
Yeah. Facts.
So
facts.
When it gets into sport, leave it alone.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, if this is the route you want to go down, you want to push the agenda. Have a transgender category then. You have to, because, bro, I've sparred in the past, done martial arts and stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I've sparred with women who are way better than me at martial arts.
Yeah.
And bro, I've been whacked about. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I thought I was fighting octopus, bro. Like,
a gorilla.
Getting hit from angles I didn't even see. But you know one thing that was always consistent?
Yeah.
I was so much stronger than her.
Yeah.
And in a sustained environment, in a controlled environment, I wouldn't have a chance. But God forbid it was in a situation where I just thought, no, I'm just going to charge her. It becomes a very level
different,
playing field.
100%.
Boxing, I don't want to see a biological man or a man who was born as a man fighting a woman who was born as a woman.
Happened at the Olympics.
It's disgusting.
Bro, I don't understand it.
It's disgusting.
And they know, I think they know.
Of course they do.
But they stay ignorant to it because they want to push that agenda.
It's crazy. I don't think people understand just the difference in strength, the difference in bone density, structure of a man and a woman biologically.
Yeah.
If you want to push an agenda, go for it. Keep it separate. Keep out certain aspects of life and stop forcing people into it. There's a difference between hate speech and acceptance.
Facts.
I can accept what you've done, but I don't have to, what's the word? I don't have to parade it around and push your narrative with you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll use religion.
I'm glad you're here today, bro. First, you know what was there? Bro, ask Joe, I would have fucked this whole shit up. You know, like that. He would have been
a long 2-minute bleep.
Yeah, he would have been on that. He would have been on cut that out, bro. You know what was there? No, sorry.
No, so here's the thing. If you were to ask me, do I agree with it? I could sit here and go, no, I don't. And the first thing I get labelled is it's hate speech, homophobic, or transphobic.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If I was to turn around and say, I'm Christian. If I was to turn around and say, no, I don't agree with the Muslim faith. But some of my best friends are Muslim. I have respect for the faith, but I don't necessarily agree with all of it because I'm a Christian.
Facts.
There would be no issues.
None.
But if I say the same thing about the LGBT community, it's hate. And I'm
straight away.
You have to stop pushing the agenda so much and let people accept it for themselves.
Yeah.
If they don't want to accept it, that's fine.
Yeah.
It only becomes a problem if it becomes violent or hateful. That's when I have an issue.
100%.
And until that happens, we're just going to be going around in circles.
But the fact that when the article came out and I read it, I was like, I can't believe this is even a conversation. Like, why is it like, why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is there's a lot of women that are upset about it now because obviously they're trying to get their position in the sport and they're obviously fighting uphill as it is. And then you've got a man in front of you.
I don't know if you've seen
Donny.
I don't know if you've both seen it. There was
See why I fuck it up. Like.
There's a guy,
Don't talk, innit, Joe? Allow it.
I'm not saying a word.
Imagine there was a guy, and as a laugh, he said, okay, I declare myself as a woman now. Went and broke the deadlift record for women.
Yep.
And then about 10 minutes later was like, I'm a man again. That's crazy, isn't it?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's when Donnies go into jail.
And saying,
say they are now have transitioned and then go breed up the jail, brother.
Yeah, that might be something I can understand. I wouldn't survive in like, that's more strategic. I get that. Like, you know you're doing a stretch, like you gotta tell a little white.
Yeah, facts.
That one I can.
No.
I'm not surviving in a men's prison, bro. Like I'm gonna be like, no, just tick the other box because I'm not gonna survive in there.
Facts.
I see a couple of gorillas in there. Like I got 100 people behind me. Like, can you just tick the other box? Yeah. So I get that one. That one I might make.
Yo, no, I get it. No, but I'm totally. Well, I agree, and I think obviously the FA stuff that's come out about it as well. There's a lot of it that I think is important that we understand what the agenda is, and again, you don't, as you said, you don't have to agree with it, but you also don't have to be mean. Like I don't, like I'm not trying to be cruel. Like I'm not like live your life how you want to live. But we know there's a clear difference between male and female. We know that. So let's not pretend. Do you know what I mean? But I'm glad the government has just gone. Yeah. This is what it is.
But how far is it going to go though?
Yeah.
Because is this going to be we've done this, so now we're going to compromise on something else?
Facts.
Or so again,
you never know.
We need to see what the bigger picture is going to be.
I think you just got to have your, like, for me, or maybe not for me, but the agenda I would probably be more aligned with is just protecting and creating safe spaces for natural women.
Yeah, 100%.
See, that's
100%.
Like from 100%. Now on, when we have these conversations, it's just you two gonna talk.
No, but it's true though. Like, I've
they can protect spaces for whatever they want to do as well, but also for.
Facts. I've got a wife, I've got a daughter. The thought of a man putting their hands on my wife and my daughter.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like,
yeah.
Whether you are saying that you're not a man anymore or not, like the thought, like even another woman putting their hands on my wife is gonna send me in a frenzy, but another man doing it, come on.
Bone, as you said, bone structure, everything. It's just different. We're just we're built different.
Bro, me and my missus will play fight, but I know I've got to hold back play fight.
Yeah. My missus don't play. Yeah. She just don't. She leaves me the fuck alone.
You're like 6'7".
Yeah. She's not. You know what I mean? She just don't. That we play in other ways.
Yeah.
Come on. Rough.
These two Donnies are bonkers.
Well, it leads on to a segue king. It leads on to a woman that didn't play. Elizabeth Yemi.
Oh my goodness.
She dashed jollof rice on. Did you dash jollof rice on the couple?
Was it jollof?
I don't know, man.
You don't waste jollof. You don't waste good jollof. Like, you don't do that.
She threw food on a couple, a white couple, and their child, and said, it's in the name of, what did she say?
She said you guys are inferior. She
said, yeah, because that's...
She set her back in it. She set us back. She set us like...
Was she juiced or was she...
I saw the footage and she didn't look
right. But she went back to work. She was working.
Yeah, she was in Camden.
Yeah.
She works in Camden, bruv, or Oasis or something like that. She's a receptionist. Well, she was. She was a receptionist because the internet got a hold of it. Yeah. I went ham and said, listen, this is what time it is. Again, you just can't throw food on people, man.
Yeah.
You can't, it's like throwing food on somebody is like, it's a waste. It's a waste.
I think so much, because if I'm out of the house, I'm out of the house for a purpose. If I'm throwing food on me, I'm like, okay, so I've got to now go home, shower, get
crazy.
Again. What, because you had a little skirmish?
Yeah. And then your reason for it
it's crazy.
It's crazy, brother. But she got arrested, and then it did go to court. She got to do a little time. She got to do a little something. Maybe she'll, you know what I mean. If she pleads insanity, shout out to Diddy. Yeah. She might just be house arrest or something. You get me? But I just like we don't condone that here.
No.
I mean, you can throw.
I'll tell you what the issue is, though.
Go for it.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And I saw some black people come into her defense, and the first thing was, if the roles are reversed, would this happen? I get it. But you know what? A crime's a crime at the end of the day. So if the roles are reversed, we'd still be riding out for the person as the victim.
Yeah.
Bruv, I've got family members who are mixed. Therefore, extension of the family are white. If I'm walking down the street with someone who is either a family or friend and they're white, and a black person comes over to them and dashes food and says, I'm doing that because you're inferior.
Because you're mixed.
I'm not going to stand there and go, hey, this
you're
is
right.
my battle, you know. Hey, this is my battle, you know. Yeah, look, we're the same. We got to put the melanin in.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be like, oh, you can't do that. If you're a woman, I'm going to call the police. If you're a guy, we're going to have to settle it old school way.
Bro.
So it's like, I don't know. And even, you know what? I have to hand it to the guy because he showed a lot of restraint there because she threw food on his wife.
That's right.
And his child.
And then he took the. That's when he started filming it.
Filming her and following. I mean, there's a lot of people who would have taken matters into their own hands.
Bro, I don't know. Like, you know, like you kind of get scared because you're like, if I was there, what would have happened? I turn into an animal. My wife and my son. I'll turn into a gorilla.
I'm going to the nearest Chinese buffet. Every tray just, you want to eat? Let's eat.
Yeah, because imagine your child looking at you, Dad.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Oh my God. And and it might be hot food as well. Are you mad?
I couldn't.
Yeah. It's peak.
So shout out to the guy for showing so much.
Shout out to the guy that's, man. Like, I mean, you could throw certain insults at white people, but not in that situation.
Like that.
You know what I mean? There's certain insults, you know what I mean?
I don't know the context because, like, what justified, did they do something? If they didn't do nothing to her initially, then
I think she
just looked for a reason. But here's the thing: even if, let's say they even had an argument, unless they were racist first, you still can't. You still can't know that.
That's the only, and it doesn't. There's no information. There's no information about their exchange.
Yeah. She's not claiming. If she had turned around and said, no, they were racist to me first, then maybe we could go, okay, we need to find out a bit more. She ain't even said. She's just gone, you lot caught me this time.
She got nabbed.
Yeah.
But if you see again, if you look at the footage, if you feel like it, that's up to you. She does look a little bit.
She's not all there.
You know when you look in someone's eye and you go,
I thought she was juiced, man.
Yeah, she might have done a spliff or something.
Yeah, she's not all there.
And turned up. But man.
Crazy, man.
Bro.
Her and Kanye have set us back a couple of months, man. Maybe them two need to consult each other.
Bro, they need to something needs to happen, bro. Like,
I doing these things.
I just wish her the best. And you know what it is with people, like in this day and era with mental health issues. I just wish them the best, bro.
Yeah.
Like what? Like there's nothing else I can do. What can you say, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
unless they go and get the help for themselves. Or
bro.
There isn't much.
And I've got family members who have mental health issues, and dealing with it over the years is not easy. I'm not a professional.
Yeah,
I'm not somebody who understands it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like, seek help, get help, man. I think that's more important than anything else.
Agreed.
And a lot of people in denial about it too.
Yeah.
That can happen. So I know it's not easy, but
I hate to say it, bro. Maybe it's not, but again, I can only look at what I see.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a black thing.
Yeah.
Because we don't like to
deal with
it's
it.
the whole pride thing, innit? And I'm like, I don't need no help. Just like we go gym because we want to get like better health physically. Mentally, you need to.
It's true.
Stimulation.
It's true. White people just go, I'm going. Do you know the other day, mate? I went therapy.
Some people still like if you hear now, even if you hear therapy in the black community, someone's like, "Oh, what happened?"
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just going therapy because I want to make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
And I think the quicker we can stop stigmatizing it as a community,
100%,
the quicker we can start dealing with some of the issues at hand and maybe get into things quicker.
Definitely.
Because I think it's something that's slept on massively.
Can you just be like, can you just come to the show every fortnight, bro? like that. This brother articulates himself.
It's needed, man. It's needed.
That's why you got 3 kids.
Every day, bro. That's why I got to articulate, bro. When the big ones ask me why, and I want to turn old school like my mum, and come in and tell you, God, sit down. Like, I'll be like, well, you got to sit down. And the next thing I know, they're going to school and telling the teacher, and he's like, Mr. Sanderson, can we just speak to you for a second? Yeah. I said that,
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Callum Sanderson in the building from Team Kopish, represented today as a host. Intermission period, briefly. We got a song called Sweet Love. by Burna Boy. Check this one out. It's a banger.
It's the Drizzy and Morgan show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a Drizzy and Morgan show. Morgan Heights in the building. My special guest today, Callum Sanderson, is here representing fully. You know, like that. This guy here, yeah? Bro, what are we going to do? What when he leaves? Like, Drizzy's going to replace him.
I mean, a phone call is not too difficult. We've got the technology now.
You know, like that. You know,
Big up Drizzy as well. Man.
What the fuck, Drizzy, man?
Wow, that's dark.
We love Drizzy. We love Drizzy. Shout out to Drizzy. You know the vibes.
He ain't gonna be happy when he sees it. Drizzy has nothing to do with it.
Callum, good to see you, man. Good to have you here. I've been an admirer of you from day one because pause. Why? How can I articulate myself? It's crazy. That was yeah. I gotta relax. You know, like when you've supported someone from day one and you've seen them grow. Pause as well. You see people grow is mad. See people grow. Seeing people develop into where they, especially with their content, seeing them develop into where they are today. I remember actually when you first started doing your show, it was a podcast. Yeah. And you was doing it from a building. It wasn't like how you used to do, how you do it now, which is like StreamYard or whatever, however you connect. Yeah. You didn't have to be at home. You could just do it, move around. And I remember the show developing into what it is today. And I was so gassed because I feel like when you support a club and you've got a channel and a team of people that actually dedicate themselves to it. Because I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, I don't know everything. And I need sometimes to go online and just go check out the man them and find out what's happening. Yeah. Okay, look, this is what's happening with transfers. Yeah. I'm not sitting there all day, every day looking at the La Liga or looking at the book. Like, I'm just here for the information, support my club, buy my shirts, go to the games, boom, boom, boom. So what I wanted to ask you is, how did your journey start with Team Kopish and how did you become a Liverpool fan in the first place?
Okay, so Liverpool fan, the first ever game I watched, so my brother's a Liverpool fan, my brother's older than me, but he's not massively into football. Right. But I always knew he supported Liverpool, but he never was like, you got to support Liverpool. Okay. So the first game I ever watched live as a child was Liverpool versus Arsenal when Fowler scored the hat-trick in
Jesus. Cold.
I watched that game and I was like, who's this Liverpool team? I heard the atmosphere, the roar. And I must have been only about 3 or 4 at the time. Yeah. And I was like, that's me. Like, I just love everything about it. Fowler become my favourite player off the back of that.
So that was your introduction?
That was my introduction. And then from there, obviously, you start watching games every week. Like, fortunately, my brother would let me watch the games. Mum would let me watch the games in the house and stuff. So then you become more and more. I knew I was a Liverpool fan when I saw Liverpool lose and I started crying as a child. Right, that's real. And then my mum, obviously, old school Caribbean, cussing me off, say this.
Where are your family from?
Jamaica. So you know.
You Jamaican, Joe? You're Jamaican.
No, I'm Colombian. Sorry, carry on.
So like, I knew, like, I was like, why am I so emotional about this thing that I've got no control over? And like, okay, I must be a Liverpool fan. I must be a football fan. And then over the years, I just got more and more into it. Right. I've always played football.
Okay.
As far back as I can remember.
What position? Pause.
I started off as a striker. Yeah. And I quickly realised I'm not Robbie Fowler.
Right.
Started playing in midfield. And
right.
That's where I kind of always played.
That's dope.
Yeah. But I'd never say, the way I like to speak about myself in terms of footballing sense, I could play at a semi-pro level, but I was never semi-pro in terms of consistency. Okay. So I could have a fantastic game one week, and I could have a game which is an average game. Right. If you're semi-pro and above, your consistency is off the chain. I think that's what separates your semi-pros, your pros from people like me.
Of course.
You can have those games where you compete with the semi-pros, but next week you could have a game where you just look completely outclassed. So I've always enjoyed playing football. Got to play with some good players over the years as well. Still kept in contact with. And then in terms of Kopish now, it's weird how it all came together.
How did that all start?
So I was doing my own thing, and me and Matt go to the same barbers.
Right.
So my barber is, again, a good friend of my brother, so he's known me all my life, and he's a Liverpool fan as well.
Right.
So whenever I'm in the barber shop or I'm with him, we're talking Liverpool.
Right.
You know your stuff. Like, even though you're younger, you know your stuff. And I was like, nah, I study this. Like,
right.
So in there, me and Matt now, we'd never met or anything. So he was like, oh, Cal, that's Matt. He's a Liverpool fan as well. Started vibing, started speaking. And Matt was like, we got this show on YouTube. I was like, oh, what's it called? I'll subscribe. It's a football banter show at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Watching the show is all good.
I just had deja vu, by the way.
Oh, is it a football banter show?
No, I just had deja vu with
all of this?
Crazy.
So then watching his show now, and then we lost the Champions League final in 17-18.
Yeah.
I saw Drifty's run on Carrius.
Right, yeah, my bro.
So I watched it.
Broski.
I was like, this brother's crazy. Like, I knew I was a fan, but he's insane.
Drifty is insane.
He's nuts.
I remember when I used to watch the show. Sometimes I'd be like, Drifty is like it can actually change his whole mood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
Like fully.
Yeah.
I know it does. It does to me.
Yeah,
but we can kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shrug it off to an extent.
Yeah.
Not with him. It can ruin his weekend. Really.
That's crazy.
I saw the rant now and I was like, I'll support the channel still, but I don't know. This Drifty guy seems like he's mad. Here's how life's crazy. This is how I say God works in mysterious ways. Yeah?
Talk to me.
So one of my friends worked with the Cheeky Sport podcast, so Big J, like Joel Baer and all that.
Yeah.
So me and Jay go to the same bars, but I've known Jay since I was 16 through a mutual friend as well.
Right.
He's like, Cal, we always speak about football. Why don't you come down to the studio and record? And I was like, bro, I don't do that. And he's like, Cal, you'll be fine. I was like, bro, I don't want to be in front of camera. I don't want to do any of that.
Yeah.
We'll speak here and that's it. And he's like, look, just trust me. Convinced me for about 3 months. Went down there, did a show. And like, I enjoyed it. And he was like, you're going to come back again? I was like, nah, it was one and done for me. He was like, Cal, like people like what you were saying. It was fun. I was like, cool. Invite me down. I get there now. Bear in mind, I work in North London at the time. So then I'm getting trained over there to where their studio is. Who do I see there sitting there, Drifty? So I'm like, oh no.
What?
I'm here with the madman.
What?
Like, so Drift, here's the thing with Drift. Drift is very kind of reserved and quiet until you get to know him.
Yeah.
So like, obviously he come up to me, he's like, Callum, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And he spudded me and all that. Cool. Did the show, laughing and joking. So obviously through that build up a little bit of camaraderie.
Yeah. So
like, after the show now, he's like, oh, you want to get a bite or what we doing? And I was like, I've got to get home, you know. That's that's mad.
Getting a bite is mad. But sorry.
I did. I didn't protect myself too early. I didn't shield the ball.
I stopped the flow. My bad.
So he was like, look, I'm going back to South. Like,
right.
I'll drop you on the way. And I was like, no, I don't want to take you out of your way. And he's like, no, bro, I insist. Like, bruv, so in the car, we're just chatting. Imagine during the car journey, I get an alert on my phone. I was like, we just signed for Fabinho. And he's like, what are you talking about?
Right then, yes.
I was like, Drift, we've just signed for Fabinho. And he's like, what, we've been linked with him? I was like, no, he's sitting there in a Liverpool kit. So we're in the car laughing and joking, being like, we just lost the game against Real Madrid, but we signed for Fabinho.
What?
So from there now, obviously, I tell him how me and Matt know each other.
Right.
So then we stay in contact. So I'm still doing my show, my Sanderson show with MMA and all that. All my camera equipment got stolen.
Shit.
I'm talking about broke into my car, took
That's
everything.
a lot. Yeah,
everything.
That's crazy.
So I told Matt and Drift what was going on. They were like, look, try and go for insurance and all that. Nothing came of it. So we were starting to do content a little bit together at the time. So I put my stuff on hold, started to do content a little bit. So in the summer of 18-19, so before the season started, they went for a rebrand where they changed from Football Banter Show and just wanted to make it a Liverpool-centered channel.
Right.
So they just sat me down and was like, look, would you be on board with like joining the team? And I was like, I was taken aback.
That's
I was like,
dope.
Like, if you want me to, like, look, we kind of wanted to invite you onto the team for a while, but like, we didn't know what your schedule was like and all that. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. But I said to them straight, I was like, look, if me joining the team makes anything go bad, or the fans don't,
they don't take to it.
I'm gonna step back because I don't want to ruin what you guys have built.
Facts.
I remember the first show. A lot of people don't know this. So me and my missus were living at a flat at the time.
Yeah.
The only space I had to film with like a clear background in the house was the bathroom.
Right.
So I filmed my
Which is
first
why
video
sometimes the youths would come.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, this
yeah.
is before we had kids. So the only space I had at the flat was the bathroom, where it was a plain background. So my first like 5 or 6 videos was me in the bathroom.
That's crazy.
Filming with a light on top of the camera. Mad. So, so I was filming now.
Yeah.
I went on, I did the first video, sent it to Drifty upload. I'm thinking, yeah, I can't wait to see the comments, bruv. The first comments were crazy. They were like, you brought this guy on again. And I was like, oh, I was like, I didn't think I was that bad the last time. Like, then another person was like, see, if you're going to change to a Liverpool channel and bring this guy, and I'm gone. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
So like, I said to Matt Drift, I was like, guys, the comments ain't looking too good.
Yeah, bro. It's peak out
So
here.
they were like, no, just give it a bit of time.
Right.
So I just thought to myself, look, I might not be the most talented in the room, but I'm going to outwork everyone.
Right.
So I just started just working and working.
That's what I've noticed, Callum. And it's crazy because what I'm trying to say to you is not in any shape or form taking anything away from Drift and Matt. But it's weird how you came into the fold, pause, and it's like now you're very confident. You're the guy I look to be honest with you. Like, just because I feel like you know exactly what is needed to present a show. Yeah. And Drifty's the same. Drifty's cold with it. Matt is cold with it. But it's you just give a presence on the show that I'm just like, rah. Even when you sat here and we was talking about certain subjects, just that the way that way you talk and articulate yourself is important.
I appreciate
and I just feel like since you've kind of laid down the law and put yourself into that position, I'm just like, I enjoy it, bro. It's like, I want to know what the man them have said about this game. I want to know about what the man them are saying about the future and things that I just don't know about in football, especially when it comes to the team. I respect what you're doing, brother.
I appreciate it, man.
I respect it fully. Like, I'm locked in. Like, it's what the kopish man I'm on, bruv.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
I think I've been quite fortunate. So I've always tried to put myself in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
I've got to come out of my comfort zone and figure out a situation. So I used to be, as a child, I was quite shy growing up, and I thought, okay, as I get older, I'm going to have to get out of this shyness a little bit. So I'm going to have to start speaking in public and stuff. So
Facts.
I started doing public speaking courses and all those sort of things.
Real talk. Real.
Just, I would put myself in situations where I know I'm not comfortable, but I've got to figure it out.
Yes.
And I think over the years, that's kind of just helped me. Even now, like, people
dope.
won't realise, but even now when I'm about to go live, I'm like, okay, especially if it's a really controversial topic, I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I articulate this well. And
Dude.
I've only got one shot at this because you go live in it. So I was
Facts,
like, if I get it wrong, I've got to be prepared to get it wrong and apologise and then reconcile from that as well. So I think I've become more comfortable with making mistakes and from there dealing with the mistakes, because I know I'm always going to get something wrong. So when I do, I've got to be man enough to be held accountable for it, get called out for it, and then apologise for it, and then try and rebuild from there.
So I say that to say, what are the main obstacles that you faced over that period of time leading up to today?
Time. We were speaking before we started.
Yeah.
So from the start of Kopish to today, me and my missus have had 3 children.
It's crazy.
And we've moved house.
Mad.
Went through COVID.
Yep.
And a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, yes, a lot.
So in that period alone, it was just crazy because our first son was born in 2019.
Right.
Then, so 2 weeks before the Champions League final, he was born.
That's crazy.
So literally 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then, so he was born in the May, but we had bought the house in the April before he was born.
Right.
With the
moving yard and that, bro. That's
so we were meant to be in a new house in May. He came early. We didn't actually move into the new place until February the following year. Because the builders messed us about.
Wow.
So we were paying mortgage and rent at the same time. I was finishing, and I was doing a 9 to 5. So I was finishing work, driving from work to the new house, decorating, driving home, helping the missus out with the little one.
Yep.
Going to bed late, waking up and doing the cycle all over again.
All with running the show.
As well as doing the show as well. So time's always the hardest thing. Even now, three little ones. the 2 boys go to school now, so that's not too bad. But my daughter's just started nursery, so again, got to juggle all of that. The missus is working. I've recently gone full time doing content,
right,
which has helped, but also that brings the financial strain because my money's now dependent on the shows and other things I'm doing. So it's tough, but for me, I've just got to grind away. I think you'll just be fine. I feel like
got to make it work. We were talking about it before. When you're passionate about something, you make it work.
You have to,
because working for someone else ain't really the thing, bruv.
I've said this, so I'm glad you said that as well, because I was speaking to my nephew about this and he was like, what made you do it? And I just said to him, I was like, look, we're only on this planet for a short time.
Facts.
Some of us have a little bit longer than others. Some of us, unfortunately, go quicker than others as well.
Facts.
If I'm doing something that I enjoy doing and it's work, then I'm not going to see it as much as work.
100%.
And I've done the corporate jobs and all that. And like, yes, it brings in a secure paycheck.
Exactly.
But one, they can get rid of you when they want. I've been made redundant 3 times in my life. They can get rid of you when they want. So, and you're not passionate about it. You're not enjoying it. So, does that money really mean as much?
100%.
So, I'd rather be happy doing what I'm doing, and then hopefully I'm happier at home around the kids and the missus, and then everyone's happier from there.
Because as the man of the house, your energy is the most important energy.
It has to be. I've got to make sure I'm putting them in as comfortable a situation as possible.
Yeah.
It's important. I firmly believe everyone should find out what their passions are and
go for it. 100%. No, I agree. Me and Joe was talking about it, and when you're content creating, when you have a creative mindset, you have to have. It's almost like when you're doing your 9 to 5 or whatever you're doing outside of it, you're always thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's like sometimes I'm at work and I have to stop to put something, to write something down, or something popped into my head, or at the gym, I'm always constantly thinking about my love.
Yes.
Because what I love to do is really that. Exactly. And really in a perfect scenario, that's what I would do full time. So first of all, I want to commend you for doing that full time right now. That's it's a beautiful thing. I remember when you lot licked 30K, brother. Yeah. And subs ain't easy.
Yeah, I know.
Subs ain't easy, bruv. I know. I definitely want to start streaming at some point. Joe's recommended me to do it. I'm just, again, financially working my way around doing that, and then adding that to the channel, because the podcast is first for me. I enjoy sitting down, speaking to like-minded people like yourself. And then obviously, if me and you want to link up and I'm here, I can just jump on the laptop or the desktop and go, boom, boom, boom. I jump on a stream and then and have that energy as well. But brother, like, I want to commend you. We're following your journey.
Thank you.
We're following your journey. Listen, shout out to Drifty and Matt as well, brother.
Can I give them a special shout out?
Go for it, man.
They could have brought many other people on over to be the third person in the team.
Yeah.
And thankfully they chose me, but they're my brothers. Without them, I don't think I'd be in a position where I am now in terms of the success I've had and people like giving me my flowers. So I always have to big them up. And
of course. And you lot are not afraid to disagree. You lot have your little tiffs, but that's real.
And you know what? This is when I realised not everyone has relationships like that.
Yeah.
We'd finish shows and people would message me and be like, you and Drift can't be fighting and arguing like that.
And you're like, huh?
I was like, see, we finished pressing like stop on the stream, like we were laughing, joking.
Yeah,
and
professionals.
Asking each other, like what sweet snacks we were buying from the shop. And
professionals.
I didn't understand how people, because again, being in football, you have passionate disputes with your friends.
Yeah.
But it's always fun and joking.
100%.
There's never been a show where I've finished and me and Drift have gone, I ain't speaking.
Bun you.
Never.
No.
We'll finish a show and I'll go, Drift, were you just saying that to try and get a reaction?
Bro, I've been in your comments sometimes when you lot are going back and forwards with the popcorn. Because it's entertaining as well, do you know what I mean? And you understand that you're going to have differences. My thing with Drizzy is we don't have that. We don't have that connection like that. We disagree, but Drizzy is not really a confrontational person like that. I'm
not unless it's football.
Right. Yeah. I am in certain conversations I had. We've been here. We've talked about certain things, and I've got passionate about it. Yeah. But in general, me and Drizzy kind of we're more of yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where if you have someone like my cousin, sometimes shout out to Ty, he's got a confrontational mindset, and because I'm big cuz, and he's on the pod, he always wants to one up me and that. So you get that back and forth. Yeah. But again, it's never beef.
Never.
It's just I don't agree, and we try and figure it out, and we keep it moving. After we stop record, it's just bruv, what's going on? What we doing? Yeah, the kids.
Yeah. And the one comment that always stood out to me, and I don't always respond to comments, but this one I did. And I think he wrote something like, "You guys are setting a bad example as black guys who are arguing."
Come on, man.
Sorry, what? I was like, last time I checked, we never picked up a knife or gun or threatened to do anything.
Foolishness.
I was like, don't miss me out with that nonsense. Like, we argue about football and then we laugh and joke after.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people unfortunately don't have that relationship in their life.
It can happen when certain members, if you set up a podcast or you set up a channel and you have differences with your team. It depends on if they're insecure about who they are.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's people that I've been in situations, even when developing this podcast, where members have come and gone because when it comes down to it, they can't differentiate the pod to real life. It's like they take on board everything that I may have said, and especially when you're a strong voice. I'm a person that don't really I edit the pod as well, so I say what I want and then figure it out afterwards. You know, like that. But you sometimes if you're not really secure with how you are, what you say, you can be like, "Rah, I took that personally," and it's not personal. It's just.
But even that, I think it's so hard. Is it so hard to just pull someone aside and go, "Bro, you see when you said that? I really like that. What's the situation?" And because it could just be like, "Oh, bro, I didn't realize you took it. Like, my bad."
Yeah.
And then it's done. But
and it's done.
A lot of people, they'll fester, they'll harvest it and be like, and then it will just develop. And I'm like, I just haven't got time for
it's
that.
It's the online thing though as well.
Yeah. So I've had to really change my mindset with the whole online.
Yeah.
Because I'm very much, and I'm not no bad man or anything.
No, bro.
But if
you're a man.
Yeah. If I've got an issue with someone, I'll pick up the phone or let's meet up.
Yeah.
We need to sort this today.
Iron it out.
Yeah. We need to sort this today.
Which is mature, which is the right thing to do.
But online now,
it's different, bro. It's different.
It's a jungle out there.
Yeah, bro.
But I've had people say wild stuff, and I'm like, you'd never say, not because you think I might be able to beat you up or anything. You would never say that because you know the likelihood of me reacting is extremely high, and then you don't know what the repercussions are going to be.
Yeah.
So you'd never say that, but people say crazy things.
I've had people, Callum, reach out to me, said fuckery to me. And when I've responded in a nice way, they've gone, "Oh, I didn't actually know." Like, no, man. Like,
and
it's like they just want to, it's like they want that.
They want attention. And I'll be honest, for me, it's hard sometimes. When I see certain comments, it's very hard. Pause, Mama looked at the bell and said, "No." He said it twice. It's difficult for me to see a comment sometimes, or to receive a voice note and just leave it.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's very like, bruv, I had someone who kept on messaging my wife at one stage. I'm there searching for VPNs and all that, and I'm like, what am I really doing here?
Yeah.
Because what am I going to do? I'm going to go there, do him something.
Yeah.
I'm going to get arrested.
100%.
Not going to survive in prison, as we've already mentioned. I'm going to ask him to tick the other box. And then I'm inside because
No, I get it.
I hate
separate it.
Yeah, but it's wrong at the same time that we have to do that because people shouldn't be allowed to get away with doing that because they do it because they know they can get away with it.
But I've thought about this, and I'm sure you have as well. The more popular you get, is the more that you're going to have to train yourself to be like that. Because they ain't going to change. Yeah. The internet is always going to be the internet. So if you can almost become regimented in that mindset, when you get your 100,000 million views, you're going to get, it's going to be tenfold the attention you're going to get. So I kind of more, that's what I do now. I look at comments and I'm just like, whatever, man. Or I block them, or I just keep it moving, because if I spend too much time on it, it takes away from everything else.
Yeah, agreed.
And I could see 3-4 laughs and emojis and cracking jokes, and that one thing is taking my attention, bro.
It's crazy how we're wired as humans.
Do you know what I mean?
And it's bad, because I look at that and I think the amount of appreciation and again, we're so blessed. Like, I've met so many people through Kopish, and it's always been really pleasant.
Yeah.
Like, so why do I focus on that one negative?
Yeah.
And it is difficult.
Even though I didn't like what Gonner Lee said.
So So here's the thing with Gonner Lee. Gonner Lee, and it's going to sound bad because obviously what he said was completely wrong. I've known Gonner Lee a little while, and we've spoken, and he's a good guy, innit? Like,
and that's because, I know Gonner Lee because you mentioned Gonner Lee.
Yeah. So like when he mentioned it, I was like, people would message me straight away like, I can't believe what Gonner Lee said. And I'm like, I don't even, what's going on? And they're like, you need to watch this. I've watched it, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, like,
what was that? So should we give context briefly?
Yeah.
He was on Never a Foul.
Never a Foul, yeah.
And I think it was at the time when Trent was making the decision about going to Madrid. Anyway, he went on a monologue, and it ended up saying Liverpool are inbreds. Scousers are inbreds, and Liverpool is a dive, and I wouldn't go Liverpool. And I'm watching it and I'm thinking, rah, for real, brother. For real, like, and do you know what it is with us as well? Being black men, we know the street, we know the culture, we know, like, I know exactly what to say to get people riled up, and I know what not to say. So I'm very conscious of that every time I'm doing my content creation, that I'll pick and choose. Yeah. Because we all pick and choose. My son picks and chooses who he comes to if he wants certain things. That's in our nature.
Humans.
So long, I say that to say, like, when he said it, I was just like, bro, are you sure you should be, like, you're moving and shaking in this world?
Yeah. So my thing with that is, there's two ways I look at it. From a human standpoint, I thought it's wrong, because I don't like to categorize people in any way, shape or form. I think you get people in every community that are bad, but on the whole, most communities are actually good. So that was the first thing.
Facts.
But also on a content level, you've potentially alienated yourself to a lot of people now.
That's what you do. That's
so
it.
Like, and again, I'm very fortunate. I've got a very good relationship with most people I've worked with.
Because you're a professional.
Yeah.
You got your Callum, you're like me in that sense of, you say what you need to say, and you'll stand on it. Because I'm like, if I say something, I'm gonna stand on it. If I'm wrong, I will be I will take accountability. But if I say something, I don't care what no one says. If I feel that's what I believe, that's what I believe, and there's no one that's gonna change my views. Being a Christian,
exactly. So
as well.
Like, I don't know if you saw when Daps from Never a Foul.
Yes,
me and him had a big.
I missed that.
So yeah, we took it down, and it's probably the one time I got really angry on camera, and literally, so this happened maybe the Thursday night. By the Friday afternoon, me and Daps were fine. Right. So like, we both slept on it. Right. And then pause. Yeah. And then the next morning, and this is why I got love for Daps, because he didn't have to do this, because I can be quite stubborn sometimes. Yeah. And like Matt and Drift were like, look, what are you gonna do about the situation? I was like, honestly, this was on the Thursday. I was like, honestly, I wouldn't even mind just meeting up with him, and just having it out.
Yeah, of course.
So they were like, obviously, don't do that. And
no,
I was
of
like,
course.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
And then, so the next morning, he messaged me and he was like, Cal, we obviously need to talk. And I was like, we do. I was like, yesterday can't run again. And he's like, I know, when you're free to talk. And I was like, I'll be free at like 11. 11 come and gone because I was filming. And this is where I love Daps. He messaged me and he's like, I know Jamaicans have bad timing, but you're taking the mic now. Like, little thing, just to break the ice. And I was like, do you know what? I rate that. He didn't have to do that. We spoke on the phone. He explained his side, I explained my side, and it was fine. But even to this day, people come up to me like, if I see Daps, I was like, no. Daps, you got an issue with me now.
Yes.
Like, me and Daps dealt with that.
Yes.
Nothing came of it. Like, that's still my guy, isn't it?
Yep.
Like, you're not going to say something to him and me and you be cool about it. And they're like, oh, I didn't know. I was like, yeah, well, yeah.
We hashed it out and we kept it moving.
I was like, even if we didn't hash out, it's not your fight.
Yeah.
Like,
facts, yeah.
So it's like, and again, with Lee, so I know for a fact, I'm going to go up to Liverpool for the parade, and people ask me about the Lee situation. Yeah. And I just have to be honest and be like, look, I'm not happy with what he did, but I'm not his dad either. No. Like, he's got to live with what he said, and he's got to deal with it.
Facts.
I'm not going to cut him off as a friend, but I'm going to say to him, be like, bro, I think that was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that, because if someone went on there and was like, all Londoners are this and that, I'd be like, bro, who is this guy?
You can't pigeonhole people like that.
Like, who's this guy?
But the thing about it is, yeah, you and I know, cool, Liverpool who they are, but Liverpudlians, bruv, on a whole, they don't like. They're not.
They've been treated bad.
They're
by
not
the
like.
country.
They don't. It's not like you can go Liverpool and just think that you can hang out there, say that kind of thing, and it's calm. So you can't.
We're Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Bruv, I get people jumping into the comments being like, "You're not." One of us.
Yeah.
Like they're very close knit.
They are.
They're a nucleus within their community, and
Yeah.
I get it because of the trials and tribulations they've had around Hillsborough and all that. But what I will say to Liverpudlians is, you've got more friends and you've got enemies as well.
Yeah.
Like, don't ostracize other people outside of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because we're here to back you guys.
100%, yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what I will say on that side.
I mean, well, just listen. Shout out to Gonner Lee. Like, I was vexed. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I
I was
was as
vexed, and I don't know him, but
Yeah.
Callum's co-signed you, rude boy. So
Yeah.
we keep it peace out. We keep it PG around
And
here.
hopefully he learns from it.
And hopefully he learns from it.
It's the Drizzy and Morgan show.
Before we end the show, there's a few things I want to run through quickly and get your point of view on it. What do you think of the fight? Eubank, Connor.
What a fight.
What a fight.
What a fight. Not the two most skillful fighters in the world.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes that's a great recipe to having a great fight.
Yeah.
I thought from beginning to end, it delivered. So
100%.
From the first fight being announced.
What a fight.
From the first time it was announced, then the 60% thing that Chris Eubank Jr. was running with, that I'm only going to be 60%. Then Connor fails the drug test.
Yes, and gets fined.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I knew Connor failed the drug test before it happened.
Well, you know the done.
So I don't know Connor, but
Right.
one of my good friends was doing the camera work for Eubanks, his team behind the scenes.
Right,
And he messaged me and was like, the fight's off. I was like, oh, bro, I'm watching Sky Sports.
Days before?
You know, on like the day it
Yeah.
broke, but he
Yeah,
messaged me
yeah.
like in the morning before it broke
Right.
in the afternoon.
Right.
He messaged me, he's like, bro, the fight's going to be on.
Damn.
So I was like, I messaged him back and I was like, bro, I'm watching on Sky Sports. What are you talking about? I was like, you sent me the right message.
Yeah.
And he's like, stop doing content around it because they're going to call the fight off. And I was like, okay. And he's like, but obviously don't say anything.
Yeah.
Come to fruition what happened. So then I didn't think the fight would be made
Wouldn't
again.
happen.
They make the fight again. They do the first press conference. Eubank slaps him with the egg, which I can't like. I actually thought was a bit of genius. It was a bit of genius.
Yeah, but yeah, of
Like,
course.
because you're
yeah.
not actually hitting him, but you're making a point of I know this egg.
Egg and a Donny is a liberty.
It's mad. It's mad. It's
crazy.
And that's why Connor went off like that. But you see Nigel, when Nigel grabbed him as well.
Yeah.
Because Nigel's old school. Nigel will.
What happened?
He grabbed him in the
he
neck.
grabbed him by the throat.
I missed that.
Yeah, Nigel got past security, grabbed him by the neck, and then the security grabbed
wow.
Nigel. Nigel's
Yeah,
not a man.
of course, but
Nigel's old school. Old school.
Yeah, man.
So then that happened, and then the whole situation with Senior not being involved in anything.
That's right.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
him criticising the fight.
Yeah.
Again, I've done work with Harlem Eubank, who's the cousin of Chris Eubank Jr. So
Oh, shit, yeah.
So like I've been in the gym with him, and he was talking about it, and I was like, and then that was the same time I met Roy Jones, and Roy Jones was speaking about it and being like,
Right.
I don't know if Chris Eubank can do it because of the weight drain.
Right,
So
yeah.
and then I just didn't like the way Connor was carrying himself. So I was like, I want Eubank to win, but I
Yeah.
don't see how he does. See when they showed the footage of Chris Senior. You see that right there?
I was like, WWE.
Oh, bro. All I could hear in my ear was Jim Ross, like Stone Cold.
and Eubank Senior, his presence is so.
The swag's crazy.
He's such a G, bruv.
The
like,
swag is different.
Like he's just like.
Son,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
son. He's going to kill him in there. It's two warriors, two gladiators in there, just fighting and throwing down. I love Senior. So like, I saw him come out the car, and then I saw Chris walk around, and they embraced, and I was like, now we've got to fight.
Now we got to fight.
Now we got to fight. And then, as you said, the fight from round 1
Swung it out.
to round 12.
Loved it.
And here's the thing: Chris Eubank Jr. He wanted to keep the fight at a distance.
Yeah,
He's got the reach.
100%.
He didn't have the energy,
Bro,
So
they-
he had to fight in the pocket.
Had
So
to. And
I
they,
rate it.
bro, from round 1 to round 12, it was a slugfest.
Yeah.
And it was worth every minute
100%.
of my fire stick, bro.
100%.
Bro, did I say that? Said that out loud? Bro, I paid for that.
Yeah.
I paid for that. Bro, this is what ended it for me, right? This.
Chris, how special was that? As I said to Chris, we weren't sure if we would see you tonight, but my obvious question is, how proud are you of your son watching that from
Last
ringside?
two, listen, I mean, he couldn't move around the ring, and so he has to stand toe to toe. I mean, that is legendary behavior in the ring. Legendary. And this, Conor Benn, as I said, Conor Benn is an extraordinary fighter. You know, he's gone pear-shaped somewhere, but an extraordinary fighter. And you saw that here tonight. He wanted to tear, and I thought he would blow out in maybe 4 or 5 rounds. He's going strong. He's going strong right the way through the fight. I am so proud of him. That's my son. That's right. That's why I'm here. I was always going to be here. That's right. Rastafari.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Bro, we're all in the house going, we're all in the house going, yo!
When he does it.
Like, it's entertaining.
It's
what?
too much when he does it.
Bro.
Like, I was watching, have you seen the breakdown he does when he's like, I was sitting there and they were trading in the 12th round. I'm like, lick him up, Rastafari. And, and he's like, sorry, that's my mother's tongue.
My mother's tongue, yeah, I see that. Bro, I love the...
I love Chris.
Like, entertaining is the way forward. As you said, Joe said, WWF, bro.
Yeah,
that was like, when they walked out and I see him come out the car, I'm like, I was gassed. And don't forget, I've had friends... You didn't know. I've got friends over, family members over, we're all in the yard, and the build up to the fight. When he walked out, everybody in the yard was like, "What?"
Yeah, bro, you heard the arena,
bro. It's crazy.
The arena cheered.
Crazy, bro.
Nah,
they made some peace.
Oh yeah, I'm glad they did.
I like that. I like the way they put that together.
Do you want to see the rematch?
Yeah.
I don't. You know.
No. It's just another excuse to get people together for me.
They'll do the rematch.
Yeah.
And they'll make a lot of money from it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it can live up to what the first one.
Right. And because of the weight class as well. The weight class was...
I don't want Conor to go to 165. That's
very
very dangerous.
Yeah.
If you allow Chris Eubank to rehydrate, he's going to tear Conor apart.
Peak, yeah.
He's going to tear him apart.
It's peak,
It's be a close fight.
100%. So basically, it came online, DJ Head, pause, and Marley Mealy Moore from Rory and Moore sat together. It's a year after the battle between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. They had a face-off, which was really interesting. I watched it, bro. It was like 2 hour face-off, and they spoke about certain things. One thing I want to say is I respect the fact that they were both very cordial and respectful towards each other, because the way that people, especially in media, acted like the academics of the world and everything else, it was really taking it to a real... the tribalism was over the top. Yeah. Now, we at the Drizzy and Morgan show, we love both. We like Dre's music and Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar's my guy.
Same.
But there's no slander when it comes to Drake's music. I've listened to Drake's music for a very long time, and he's been a staple. But when it came to the battle, I took sides. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There's always gonna be one.
It's my guy. You get me? You might as well. You might as well said Kendrick Lamar was Liverpool, bro. In that sense,
I think with it as well. I don't like the way Drake goes about his battles, because he always seems to like try and go after the family first, and that's when he like.
And that's when he got on top.
We saw it with Pusha T. Pusha T was like, "Okay, you spoke about the wife, all
Virginia Williams."
He did the same thing with
again, and he told him, he warned him. Keep it a friendly fade.
Yeah.
He said it in Euphoria. Keep it a friendly fade.
Don't tell no lies about me. I won't tell no truths about you. And it got rough for Drake. But even now, like
with the lawsuits and stuff, it's crazy.
But Super Bowl, he performed the song at Super. Like that song just
rang off.
Oh, it's bad.
Well, this is what's happening. So DJ Head.
Pause. That's a crazy name.
And
2025.
And Moore
crazy,
from Rory and Moore. They sat together, and the things that was said, I was like, all right, cool. They either trolling me or they just doing this for views. One thing that Moore said was that he doesn't even remember Euphoria.
That for me, that's probably. In fact, I can't even say. Do you know what? Euphoria. Then what's the one where Meet the Grahams?
Cold.
Them two were crazy.
Bro, crazy.
So here's the thing. Not Like Us was like the most catchy in the song.
Yeah.
For me, Euphoria Meet the Grahams really broke Drake down.
Fully, like lyrically.
Like it was insane.
And it's my go-to record to this day. When I go back, Not Like Us is is not like us.
Yeah.
But when I want to go back to the battle,
It's
it's Euphoria.
Euphoria is brilliant.
How can you say that you don't remember
Brilliant.
it?
But yes, that's the tribalism coming out. Because Euphoria, like for me, that was the song that turned the whole thing around.
100%.
And then when Meet the Grahams came out, like that was rough.
Callum, it was Euphoria with the beat changes. The beat
yeah.
changes, and he started the way he started. Then it moved on, and then it climaxed, right?
Yeah.
Pause, right? and then he went back to back with 616.
Oh yes, I forget 6.
When he told Drake that certain man in your camp is right. So he did that back to back, and then he went back to back with Family Matters came out. Now this is the thing. Another thing that was said during this episode was Family Matters is more lyrical than anything else that Kendrick dropped. This is more.
So here's the thing: Drake's battle songs are not bad, but I don't listen to them and think. Yeah, it's like when he's like, what's it like? Oh, you gotta do splits or something.
Yeah. Press ups and
I'm like
the press ups thing.
Lines,
and that's what they said. They said what DJ had said. Bruv, he's got to change his name.
Yeah, and in 2025 it's wild.
Bruv, it's wild, bruv.
Crazy.
What he said was that he was talking about the context around it and the corniness that, like, saying that Kendrick Lamar's missus is youths are Day Three's children, and I was like, even if that's true, it doesn't
do more with it.
Yeah, do more with that.
But
bro.
even that, Kendrick brings Day 3 into the music video,
and deads all of that.
Everything.
Like we're from the generation of Tupac and Biggie, Jay-Z and Nas. Them man, they said some outlandish stuff on track. So like you saying the child thing, it didn't work. So it's like, all right, cool. Then another thing was like, DJ, because I'm not saying his name because I kind of want to press the bell again. He was like, "Raw, you are a deluded guy." And Mo was like, "Why am I deluded?" And he said, "Look, I don't really want to go into this today, but I will call you behind the scenes and we will talk about some of the delusions that came out during the thing." And this is my thing with the battle. It's cool to have sides, but it's also, if you're going to be if you're doing content creation, be a bit objective. That's what, and we sat here and said, bruv, I think Family Matters was Drake's best record.
Yeah, it was,
I think especially the second part of the record.
It's a very good song.
It's a very good song, but let's not get it twisted, bruv. He got out the strategy behind it with Kendrick.
Yeah, he got washed.
He got fully.
I don't know about you. I'm a Jay-Z guy. But Nas,
bro, I know, bro. This, bro,
but Nas washed it
fully, fully.
Oh my!
And it was unanimous.
Yeah,
it wasn't even though I felt some type of way about it because it's Hove.
Yeah,
but bro, it is what it is.
Doesn't mean he's the better rapper, but in that battle, it's clear that Nas won. So I can't sit as a Jay-Z guy and go, "Nah, Nas didn't win that." No, Nas won.
And Nas is Nas. Nas is who he is. Like, Nas is who he is. Do you see what I'm saying? So
no one battled Nas after that.
No one did. No one ever. No one's coming for Kendrick Lamar after that.
No way.
People, if you want to watch that, it's online now. It's on the Maul and Rory episode, the latest one. I stopped watching their podcast because of the way that because of the delusion. When I take in content, again, when I take in your content, right, I know that I'm going to get the happiness, the sadness, the optimism, the pessimism. I'm gonna get a balance. It's not gonna just be hunky dory all the way through. You're gonna have to go, all right, you know what? I didn't even think about it like that, but no, that's true. And I just felt with their show leading up to it, I enjoyed it because obviously they left Joe Biden's podcast. They started their own show and that, and it's just the way that Moore was just sitting there. We spoke about it as well. But the glazing thing is just too much.
It's too much. I think
you do the glazing thing as well.
Yeah, but I'm still objective. I can glaze.
Oh, speak, Joe. Who's he glaze?
All right. So for example, I can glaze Liverpool, right? I can glaze. I can glaze Klopp. Pause, right? Yeah. But I can also be open-minded to be like, critical, you did that wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Or that wasn't the best way to go about it, or whatever. And I can accept that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not going to sit here and say it's all good.
Shall I tell you why a lot of people do that? It's for views or
Yeah.
to stay on the good side of a lot of people.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, behind. And this is the thing, DJ. He's been a friend of Kendrick Lamar for 18 plus, 20 years. He said that on the pod.
Yeah.
Mo's just been friends with Drake from a certain period of time, but close to Drake for 2 years. Yeah. So really, do you know the man? Do you really know that man? To put all of your energy and put you, do you know what I mean? Even when they asked about the daughter thing, right? Yeah. It was like, well, do we know he's got a daughter or not? Like that's like, so it's a possibility.
Yeah, because nothing's really. Well, we didn't know about the son until Push came out, and then he brings the son out to the world now. So.
100%.
We don't know.
So yeah, man, check that out, people. Last but not least, Diddy's trial starts on the 5th of May.
Yikes.
So by the time you hear this, people, it will be out. Plea deal. Pleading insanity. What do you think of this situation?
He had to, innit?
Yeah.
He had to.
He's got to go through with the trial.
Yeah, so all right, we know why he's now going through what he's going through.
Yeah.
He's obviously peed off someone higher up, he shouldn't have peed off.
Yep.
Because if he was running all what he was running for all these decades, he would have been called out in it a long time.
It's the elite that want him out of it.
Someone wants him out. He's done something, and I think it's to do with the vodka business they're saying.
Right, yeah.
But ultimately, he was still doing what he was doing. He's going on with a whole heap of madness.
Yes.
And he's been caught out.
Uh-huh.
Whoever his lawyer is pretty much said, look, you're not getting away with this.
You can't.
The least you're going to get is if you plead insanity.
Yeah.
So whether they accept, have they even accepted the insanity stuff?
So what's happened is they presented a plea deal, and the judge said, nah. And it's also what's happening as well is when you do the plea deal situation, that could go against you as well.
Yeah.
Because if it go, of course, he wants to fight it. He wants to fight it. Now, if you go fight it and you lose, you're getting double what you're getting.
It's going to be bad.
So it's not looking good. Even when they at the beginning of the situation when he got arrested and they didn't want to give him any bail, I knew it was peak.
Yeah, you know, because he's got bail money like that.
Yeah, they got peas, they got bread. But we're gonna cover the trial over the next coming weeks, people. So lock into that. Round of applause for Callum Sanderson. My G. Callum.
Sorry to cut you. Round
Go
of
for it.
applause for you guys.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Love, man.
Big up to Drizzy as well.
It's love. Big up Drizzy. Bruv, make sure you're here, bruv. Make sure you're here. Love to the family, but next time. Bruv, the Br's been missing the Br's been missing bare episodes.
Drizzy, I got you, bro, man.
He's got a girlfriend and everything now, bruv.
We say changed up, yeah.
Damn, man. Bro,
yeah, nah, I'm busy today.
He said to me on the phone, bro, call me from the pod if you want to. And bro, what am I gonna, bro?
No, just having a day with babe, you know. Oh, another one, yeah. Okay.
No, bread is sweeter than him.
Active. Maybe just open the blinds nowadays. Just go downstairs, brush teeth, get a little water, and just back at it. Activity. I get it.
And he's lost weight as well, so he's doing this too. You know when you first meet a girl, when you first meet a bruv, you putting your back into everything.
Abs are showing. Yeah, I hear it, Drizzy, man. Enjoy it, bro.
Love to Drizzy, man. We love you, man. Let them know where they can find you, Callum.
Team Kopish with Matt and Drift.
Yeah.
Also the Sunderson show where I cover some MMA and combat stuff as well.
Come on.
And then a lot of other people's platforms. Again, it's been a pleasure to be here as well, man. Hopefully it's not the last time.
No, brother.
So please.
No, brother.
Shout and yeah, man.
Friend of the show now, man.
It's a pleasure, man.
Friend of the show. People, I want to say this before we sign out. Shannon Sharp, you got to relax.
Yeah, bro.
You got to...
Lakers in 5. He needs to chill.
The thing is, OnlyFans creators are fucking up the game. Yeah. What happened to the hoes? What happened to just hoes? Being hoes?
Oh, they're getting paid now. They've monetized it.
Oh my God. They used to just keep their mouth shut, sign the NDA, beat, get paid and cut. Now it's extra.
Money's there now, isn't it? Money's there to be made. But these guys have to be a bit smart.
You gotta be, bruv.
You gotta be smart with it.
Shannon,
man. Big Shannon.
Bro, 19 as well.
Hunk.
Oh, man, don't let me cuss you on the next episode.
come on,
I will cuss
Stop,
you out
man.
because it's
Stop.
foolishness. It's foolishness. Shout out to our audience as usual. Big up Jojo Montana the Great, putting his 2 pence as usual. Gamza Drizzy will be back on the next episode, people. I'm sure of it. Shout out to Gamza. Get well soon. We love you. Don't forget we're on all DSPs. Don't forget to check out the channel, like and subscribe. As usual, you done know. Callum's channel will be in our description to check out. Make sure you go check out the man them Team Kopish, Drizzy. When I say Drizzy, Drifty, Matt, and Callum. Go check them out. And we will see you in a fortnight, people. Love, honor, and respect. Peace.